Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're playing the game Meet Your Maker, and this video is for my Superhuman series for this game, and it's Itizir is the name here. I'm probably butchering that, but there it is, highlighted. This person was there 41 deaths, was able to get the Genmat, and was there time-wise 36 minutes and 26 seconds. We're just going to go in there real quick, just watch a little bit of the gameplay. We're not going to watch the whole 40 minutes of video. I just like to do these kind of videos to focus on people that really seem to really enjoy the game. They really play the game for the fun. You know, it seems like this person's having a great time. I've watched the video once. It seemed like they were, having a hard time at it, but in the end, they were able to get the reward, the Genmat, and here they're going after all the tombs that I've got marked on the map. So I got a yellow brick road that I do for all my maps to the tombs, so they can clean out the tombs. And here's another one right here, and then they can go inside. So even if they don't go inside, they're still looking at some pretty good rewards, even if they just left the map now. You know what I mean? At least they're not coming to get nothing in my maps. I don't hide them. I don't block them off. I typically don't include the tombs in my builds at all. I'm going to hit E here just to advance to the first death. As you can see here, the cannonbacks are throwing cannonballs down that hole. And what I've done with the cannonbacks in that situation or this scenario is I got them at the maximum distance, and I have a mod on them that lets them see further. But I'm having them fire right to that red block that you see, like 2 blocks in. And what they do is they fire to that location because they can see the person. But what they do is they roll because they're like bowling balls. So you'll see them, if their aim's good, you'll see them just roll out of the front of this building. Let's hit E again to the next death. Those hornets can be pretty nasty. I really view them as a menace, like a kind of get your attention, waste ammo on them. The hornets don't really do a lot of killing in my maps. We're going to fast forward here. They're just there as noise. They're there to, and as obviously they tried speed running for that death there. So like I was saying, the hornets, I like to use them as, they do kill. If they shoot well enough or aim well enough, but if an experienced raider is completely, I'm just going to slow it down just a little bit because I'm just advancing from one death to next by hitting the E, and so we can see some of the map here. So like I was saying with the hornets is they're there, they if their aim is well and true, they get some kills. But if the raiders really, really experienced, they're moving so quickly that the hornet will never hit them. And it's usually the hornets that are driving the raider into other areas of my map where the person's going to get killed. So, it's just looking at pairing your traps and pushing the raider in a particular direction. See, he's dead here, or he or she is dead in that corner. Because I knew that I made that to make it feel like it was a safety spot, that nothing could hit you. But I know that sentinel can get you. That's why it was like, yeah, you're good as dead if you try to find haven in that corner. I designed that corner like that. Then tell the raider, oh, geez, if I go here, I'll be protected. But the reality is you're not, because there's another trap that can get to that corner. They definitely have a hard time at this map. He, she, Superhuman, they went for it 41 times, and then they were able to get it. This place is brutal. It's brutal, and I design a lot of my maps keeping duos in mind. Some people say that, geez, Tarkus, your maps are just insanely too hard. And the reality is probably for a solo player, yes, they are. And that's why I do these videos, to say the person's superhuman if they're doing these maps by themselves. Because I've designed it to be more or less a co-op experience. Because you got to make the co-op, you got to make it challenging for co-op, right? That's because you see a lot of co-op people come into these maps. and you got to have it challenged. You don't want the co-op people to roll over it. And then you've got a person like this that's so determined to get the product, get the Genmat, get the base done or the outpost completed, that they just keep on going after it, going after it, going after it. And as we can see, what I've been doing is just hitting the E button to advance from one desk to another. I want to see the person get their hands on the Genmat. So that's why I'm waiting, because it slowly up here, if you look at the timeline above, they get their hands on it at least twice. I've added just a lot of art to my bases now. I try to been using the Hellscape deco that's been that was provided to us. It's been pretty cool. I think it's got a cool look. It's got that. I wish they had it in green, like a fluorescent green. This kind of what you see here in red, the Hellscape deco. If they had a fluorescent green, I think that would be really cool. So like it was plant vines, so you can make it look like a poison ivy den. That would be cool. So you can make it look like a plant, like a fluorescent green. That would be cool. And that would be the pattern instead of the red. It would be the. What would also be neat is if they had like a contest, a open contest for people to do a block art and maybe get it put in the game. That would be cool. That they ask the community, we're gonna have a block, just do an art block and submit it, and then whoever wins would end up getting that block added as a decor that could be added to a block in the game. That would be pretty cool. This is be the last death here. They're gonna get their hands on it one more time here, and I think what's getting them is these things on self-destruct. They're staying in the hole, and these things are on self-destruct. The Sentinels are on self-destruct. So as long as they stay in that hole, they're as good as dead. All right, that looked intensive. I mean, that was insane. The person did a really good job on that, and those are the stats. One last time to look: 41 deaths. They were able to collect it. They did it in 36 minutes and 26 seconds. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, and this has been the Tarkus Zone.